Good
I can see
morning,
him.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is DFG, and we are back in Stationeers on our multiplayer Europa base. And you've joined us just as one of our rockets is about to land. I don't know if you can see a little light dot just in the middle of the screen there. That is our rocket. If we just keep watching for a few seconds, we will see it coming in and hopefully landing successfully on that nice yellow landing pad over there. With me today is Flash. There he is, Wave Flash. Woohoo, there we go.
Hello.
Don't stand too close, mate. You don't want to get burnt up.
Right. Yeah,
In,
that'd be bad.
in the background we have Jupiter and a couple of the moons and the sun, obviously. And here we go, here's a rocket coming in. This is our scanner rocket built by Balin, another one of the channel members, and the server members, should I say. It has got 10 scanners on board, and we've been using it to go out and scan the local space environment for various ores and resources. Today I'm going to show you around our base, which I'm kind of stood on at the moment. But I just want to show you this rocket coming back very nice and slowly, really controlled descent. That's what we want, that's why we've been waiting so long. Ignore the fact there is no cowling on the very front there, and it's puffing out balls of flame. That is a little bit worrying, but that was Balin missing to put the cowling on there. And there we go. That's a nice perfect landing from one of our rockets. And as you can see, we've actually got two rockets here. This one's a scanner, and this one is going to be a mine. I wanted to show you we're still in the process of setting this one up. Balin's had to log off and do some bits. He's been our programmer working on the software for the rockets. But with this one, let's quick drop down and show you what we've got so far. So those of you who have not seen rockets before, you have a dedicated UI with a rocket tab, a map tab and a location. So the rocket tab just gives you information about the rocket itself, like power, how much power is on board, how much fuel is on board and things like that on the left hand side, the actual weight of the rocket. On the right hand side you have various devices that are inside the rocket, and by clicking on each of these you get information on the very right hand side about those specific items. Map location is just as it says. We are here on Io. This is the rocket in green, actually on the planet, or the moon. When it takes off it goes up and then go to the various locations. I think this one's that one, that's Io. We have Ganymede. We have a prograde moon transfer with a couple of locations off it. A retrograde moon transfer with another couple of locations off it. And as you can see, we've been actually looking at some of these locations. Because of the way our base is set up, we're not really too interested in the ores. What we are interested in are the gases, which is over here. So the pollutant, not too bothered, but the volatiles and things like that, because one thing deep miners can't do is mine ices. So yeah, and then the location, as you go to each location, pick a location. Let's pick this one, say set location. Oh no, this tells us about this location we're currently at. So currently at no location because we landed, that's why. If the rocket was a location, it would give you information about it. Yeah, so we have got the stage of building rockets. Now, our base, I'm going to call this the mega base, because as you can see we're currently at day 909 of this server. A quick spin around will show you we have what, better part of 100 wind turbines there, small upright wind turbines. We have gas tanks here, more gas tanks here. We have some big wind turbines here. We have, just keep going over this way for now. Obviously there's quite a lot of building work going on around us. We have a trader, quite a big trader with our communication dish at the top of a tower. I keep going this way for now. You can see we've got another area for power generation with some batteries in it, and this is our very starting base all the way over here where we originally started the game. I'll just look through the roof for now. You can see there's a number of chambers there, 5 chambers for the 5 guys on the server. A little growing patch just down here for some fruit and veg, for keeping us alive, and some manufacturing space down here just for building things. We very quickly decided that we need to build out a much bigger base, so we actually moved this way a bit and start building this monstrosity. The guys, yeah, it is a monstrosity. That's Flash, by the way. I'm just scanning over the top now. As you can see, there's a load of solar panels under these windows here. This is our main living quarters or bedroom quarters. We have bedrooms for 8 players. Let's come down because the server can support 8 players. Get in, come on, get in. I'm going in, Flash, by the way.
Yep, I'm just right. Oh, I was right behind you.
Oh, were you? Oh, okay, sorry. I'll wait for you inside.
It's fine.
This is one of our big airlocks. This takes us down into our sleeping quarters. So we'll just wait down here until Flash turns up.
We're there in a second.
And I think you
I do need to put a bigger vent on this.
You what? Sorry. Yeah, we do.
I do need to put a bigger vent on this so it cycles. We've got the medium ones on the inside and small ones on the outside, which doesn't make much sense.
You built most of this, didn't you?
Yeah, I did most of the building. I had Mr. Kipling helping me out with some of the lighting and things.
Do you want to?
These lighting pods are pretty cool.
Oh, they're brilliant. I love these. Yeah, are the lights inside here?
Yeah, it's the
domed.
Yes, the I forgot the name of them. The stuff you put on the floor.
Cladding.
Yes, domed cladding. Inside, it's actually battery-operated lights.
Okay.
With the self-charging batteries, because we've got an omnicharger under the floor.
Okay.
So you don't have to run. We don't have to run cables to them. They just look cool.
So we've got that in a few places. We've got a lot of omnichargers hidden away because we've pretty much all got belt lights with the batteries, the rechargeable batteries in them. See, that one just gone from 35 to 36. So I'll let Flash. I'll provide some lighting. I'll let him walk you around the chambers if you want. Do you mind?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go over to mine and show you around mine, which is in this bottom corner.
You're recording, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So inside we've got basic ventilation. We've got a little bathroom with our suit stands, so we can charge our suits and oxygen and jetpack fuel, battery power all go in there. We have a sink each for a drink. I can't drink because I've got my lid open. There we go. So we can have a drink, and we also have a shower in each cubicle as well. So we've got a little bathroom, a little bit of storage, and some seating in the downstairs area. And then if we go upstairs, we've got our sleeper units with, again, a little bit more storage, a little desk and a chair each. So, and that's it. We've got one of these rooms each. I've got a nice corner one, which gives me some nice views when it's daylight outside. And that's it. That's each room's pretty much the same.
And each of these rooms has multiple. What you can't see is all the pipe work and the power and things to all of these units. So each of these sleeper units need oxygen and a waste return and power, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
And then
the waste is actually that's what one of the vents downstairs is. I've just plumbed it in so that the waste gets put into the atmosphere.
Right. Okay.
Because it basically just pumps CO2 into the atmosphere, which we can cycle through the base anyway,
and
for plants and everything else to use.
And the suit storage has a nitrogen feed for the jetpack, oxygen feed for your oxygen tanks, and electricity feed, and a waste feed, I believe, to dump your waste tank, and a powered, obviously, we power your suit batteries and things. So these take a lot of connections as well. Well, you can only see the
most of it's hidden as much as possible.
Yeah. So you can see the power coming in there. You can see the waste pipe there. There's more pipes underneath the flooring.
Yes. We can go down into the utility space underneath and actually have a look at that as well at some point.
Yeah, well, let's just do that. Let's just show people what's underneath here. Just
right. So if we go run down this little corridor, there should be a ladder at the corner and the intersection here.
There we go. Yeah.
So these utility corridors, basically every corridor and every room has a utility space under it with all the gas and the power lines. we have 3 power circuits, which are red, blue, and green. So red is for manufacturing and mining.
Yeah.
Blue is our utility line.
Yeah.
So all the utilities like doors, things like that, are all run off the utility line. And then green is for the habitats and greenhouse. So the living stuff is all off the green line.
And that's a critical one, really, the green one, isn't it? For us, that's that's your emergency
Yes.
or your most important one.
Yeah. So in the corridors again, we've got oxygen, water. Black is the nitrogen, and then green is the waste pipes, which all come into here. We've got volume pumps on them to keep pressure at the right pressures for the various things. So in here, this is the pipe work that's hidden away under the rooms.
So we're now underneath the living quarters, aren't we?
Yes, this is right underneath where the suit stand is in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So you've got the oxygen pipe that goes there up and into the front of it.
Yeah.
The bottom connection is the nitrogen for the jetpack suit.
Yeah.
And then the top connection on the suit stand is the waste, which comes out into the green line.
So that's your waste oxygen out of your that's this bottle here, your waste canister. That's what that's emptying. The black one's filling up your jetpack bottle here, and the white one is filling up your oxygen tank, which is this one here. So when you're sleeping, your pack is being recharged effectively.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're all on, like I say, the pressure systems in the entrance hall there. Make sure that the systems don't overpressure.
Because we had issues with that at the beginning. I think we had some issues with things overpressuring and blowing up.
Oh yes. Yeah, I blew the base up a little bit.
We've all done.
I didn't.
And here's one of these Omni chargers hidden underneath the flooring, and I mean, imagine my batteries are it's out 44% because I'm close to it. So we do have these all over the place.
There's 2 in here.
Various pumps and filters and things just to make sure we've got
this
plenty of
system
water.
is for the wastewater.
Okay.
So from the showers, the wastewater comes into this tank, and then we run it through the charcoal filters and the purifiers.
Yeah.
Back into the main water line, so we're not wasting any water.
It's a complete closed system.
Yes.
So
and that's all. So it's all done fully automatically with the 2 purifiers. So we can never. Unlikely that we need 2, but in case we get all 8 of us on here, it'll never.
There's enough capacity.
Never run out, basically.
Yeah. I mean, there's enough capacity in the pipe, so you could probably get away with one. I'm just sort of looking at the size of this room. So this again, another omnidirectional power supply. It's a huge room, but this sits underneath the living quarters. So this has all been built by the guys. I can't take credit for very much of this at all. I've only done maybe about, if you're lucky, 5% of the work on this, if that. It's been Flash, Mr. Kipling, Balin, and what Dan call himself? Alamein.
Dan. no, Alamain's Balin.
Oh, Balin. Okay.
Confuse us.
And Dan, yeah. What's this one?
So it's an override button. In the case that the corridors get depressurized, each of these junctions, these are blast doors.
Ah, they're the blast doors to shut them.
So the blast doors will drop down and seal off the corridors, so that if one bit depressurizes, it doesn't depressurize the whole base.
Area, yeah.
Okay. And that's a really clever system that Dan built, which is hidden away up there, with pressure sensors and things.
Oh yeah, I haven't even noticed that before. That's the first time I've seen that. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I say, if the pressure gets too low, these slam shut.
That's good.
Can
you
stop
manually activate
depressurizing the entire base?
What happens if you manually activate it? Does it just
makes a cool noise? I think it only opens them if.
They've got okay, so that's a recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I don't really want to demonstrate.
No. Let's sort of blow a hole in the base. So this room, I'm guessing is
here is one of our battery rooms.
So obviously a base this size takes a huge amount of power.
Yeah.
And as you can see, we have how many batteries here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18 batteries in here. And this isn't half of them. This isn't, anywhere near all of them.
This was the original power room for when, as we've sort of expanded the base, we started with the deep miners and things, and this was literally just powering the miners and the essential systems while we built the base.
Okay.
But it's tied into the red line. These batteries.
So go up here, back up here. What's up here?
It's back to the
back in the corridor.
The corridor. Not got automatic lights in the other bit of the corridor yet. So on this side we've got the greenhouse.
Yeah, let's go then.
It should be an automatic door.
I know, it's a bit slow, this one, it frustrates me, this one. So again, like another little living area, or social area with a kitchen.
Yes.
So we've got an oven here. We've got reagent processors, we've got plant splicers, little tablet, some food storage, and somebody keeps leaving the fridge door open.
That's bailing. He's always doing it. He says it doesn't make any difference, but it does.
And lots of plants.
It does in my head.
And we just made it nice by,
Yeah, it's just a little chill out area.
Yeah.
We did away with the microwave because we've got the
oven,
the full auto cooker.
So you can sit in the chairs and chill out. How can you get third person view? Is V? I can't remember. And through here, well, just walk through the wall now.
Yeah, the airlock doesn't work. Well, the airlock does work, but we were having a problem with overheating, so we took the windows out just so that it wasn't overheating in here and killing our plants. Because for some reason our gases were getting way too hot.
And
this is supposed to be a system where it automatically regulates CO2, oxygen, and nitrogen into this room.
And if we have a look in here, we've actually got a little bit of pollutant here, by the way.
Yes.
So we've got 6.47%
welding things.
Nitrogen, 88% O2, and 5% CO2. So I mean that's good for plant growth.
Yeah. We've got a Larry, built, but it's not actually plumbed in, ready to go yet.
Yeah,
but the track's all in place. We're just waiting for someone to do the programming, aren't we?
Okay.
Dragon?
All right. Okay. We need another bay with a vending machine. So
the vending machine is actually going to go. The plan is that if it drops it into a slot in the floor, we can run the ducting
chutes,
through into the living quarters, and the kitchen can move into the living quarters.
And have a vending machine in here somewhere.
We'll have a vending machine for the plants and and seeds.
Well, the seeds you don't need to worry about. The seeds will just get reused straight away.
Yeah.
But the actual food will need to go into a refrigerator vending machine.
Yeah, that's going to be in the living area on the other side in the living quarter.
So you can't cook it.
We're going to have a kitchen at the back of there. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
And then this will all move over there, and we can expand to have more plants and things in here as well. Yeah. Mr. Kipling did a lot of trading, and we've basically got all of the seeds now, pretty much. I think.
We've got another water fountain.
Which is why, when we get the Larry running, we can expand this so the whole lot is gardens. We're planning on having 2, possibly 3 Larrys running.
Yeah, I mean, one Larry will feed. I mean, you've seen in one of my Europa Base. One Larry will cover a lot of pots, because it's only really stopping when it finds something growing. I actually put a delay in mine now, so it stops for a second or two on each pot, otherwise it was getting on my wick, just constantly moving.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, I know I did do a little bit on this, but you did again 99% of this, and this is
getting it warmed up was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine. And obviously we've all got our helmets open. I do have my helmet open at the minute because this is all pressurised and at the right temperature. We've got this whole base pressurised at the temperature. Again, the guys did a fantastic job. I can't take credit for this. It has not been me, it's been the rest of the team. You can... go on, yeah.
So I was going to say, the trick we worked out is, because we use the gases from the centrifuges from the miners in our waste line, which all gets filtered out somewhere else, which we'll show you. But we used the hot gas from the centrifuges to warm the room up
Yeah, it's a good idea.
with radiators,
Yeah.
which made it a lot easier than trying to, like in a small base, you just dump a couple of flares. But
Yeah.
in a base this size, it was the radiators and the hot pipes were the best way to do it.
Yeah, that's a good idea, mate. And
Yeah,
somebody went
it's
around
fun.
and vandalised the place with stupid signs everywhere. I don't know who that was.
Yes, you did.
And I like the fact we've got a door here, now we just walk around the side anyway.
Again, it was due to the heating problems that we had. So that's back to the living quarters that way.
And this way,
So we're back at the junction with the blast doors.
and now into the production facility.
So here we've got our battery charging. We've got some spare tanks for propellant and oxygen, and then the fillers for each of the tanks as well, so we can manually fill our suits if we're working away. We're not in the hab for very long.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all good. It makes life a bit easier doing that.
Yes. And again, we've got oxygen into the corridors as well, so we can pipe just oxygen straight into the corridors and rooms.
Pipe label, okay. I think that's meant to say O2, isn't it?
Probably, yes.
How do you change that? You just use the labeler, don't you?
Yes.
O2. Confirm. There we go. That's my work done.
Well done.
And this is a production area. There's obviously a lot of storage in here. We've got a spare stacker here for stacking things or splitting stacks. One of the problems we've got is, or it's not a problem, one of the things we're doing is smelting as many of the ores before we stack them, or before we put them into storage, so we now have stacks up to 500 grams of ingots for things like steel, iron, copper, gold, lead, silver, silicon, things like that. Do you want to talk around here, or you help me to do it?
You can. Yeah,
Okay,
sure, video.
Yeah, no. So one of the things we've got here is, as you can see, we've got a couple of dials on the wall. If I flick these, you see the numbers above going up, so that's tens. Just come back down. Here's a bit slow, and this one's units. And then we can pick
To pick them on the printer itself.
on the printer what you want to build normally, which is why we've got a hatch here. So if we want to print a couple, I don't know, let's say a bobblehead basic suit, we've got everything for that. It'll appear there. Want to print 3 of them, do that, and then you just click. You don't use the lever, do you? You just click start.
Yeah, no, if you use the lever, it'll use both printers, because we've actually got two printers
Right, okay, yeah.
connected together, and they'll both print the same thing at the same time.
So that's what's for, is it? There's a printer underneath.
The other one's hidden under the floor here,
Yeah.
which I'm just showing down here.
Nope. Here we go.
So from the auto lathe, because we use that a lot for like sheets and walls and everything else, it just makes life quicker to print multiples.
We printed 4 for some reason. Never mind.
Yeah, it's because it's with odd amounts, it's sending the same command to both printers.
Okay, so that's why it's doing
Printing
it.
odd amounts generally ends up getting an even amount in the end.
So we'll have a number of little bobbleheads now lying around.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
There is a stacker behind there, so if we're doing wall units and things, it'll give you stacks rather than individuals, and it just saves things piling up.
Yeah, I agree.
We've got the same system on the pipe bender, but there's only one of those because we don't use that as much. And the same on the electrics printer, we've got the same system again because printing out a couple of hundred cables as we need, or a couple of hundred pipes and things like that.
It can
It's
get
just
a bit
easier to dial it in and forget it,
of course.
go away, do something else.
So there we go. So this is our production facility. Obviously, this is automatically fed with ores. No, we've got to put the ores on.
No, not at the moment. We've got a vending machine over here for some storage of ores, and there's some in the cabinet up there. Most of our ores are downstairs in our storage area, which can't put my light on because I've not got my suit on.
Where are you?
Over by the window. This overlooks our storage area, which is quite a nice view.
Yeah.
when we can see it.
Yeah, okay, so, yeah, as I was saying, you haven't got your suit on, so let me just stick my suit on. Turn my light on.
There we go.
Is my light on?
So we've got storage silos down there for all the ores.
Hold on.
There's a door downstairs
There we go.
to get out to that.
Where's he gone? He's doing a runner. Right, let's go. Behind you.
So if we follow the yellow brick road.
That's a good idea, mine.
Yes.
I have them occasionally.
Yes.
Oi.
That's unconvincing. So this just takes us out to our storage area. This one runs a little bit quicker. Let's have a look. So storage for all of the main ores.
Yeah. So we've got silver, lead, coal. So silver, lead, not uranium, iron, copper, gold, silicon, nickel are all stored as stacks of, I'll go to the iron one because that's probably the most populous. 500 ingots, so if I eject that, pick it up, you can see that's a 500 gram ingot. And that's the same for all of these ones around to here. Then cobalt, coal, cobalt and uranium are stored as individual ores. I'm just going to drop this ingot back in the system. Back in.
The coal is overflowing. We're at 600 stacks of coal. So as an overflow, it just dumps into a coal power generator,
which is around
the backup power system.
Where's the coal one? Over
rather
here.
than
There you are. Sorry, I was wrong side. Sorry, mate. Yeah.
No worries. So that it stops it overflowing, and just gives us backup power as well.
So you can hear the generator going. So that's obviously kicking out 25 kilowatts or whatever. We do
20.
have some 20 kilowatts. We do have some coal in the system at the moment. I deliberately put a window in so I could see when we are starting to back up with coal, because it was stopping the other day. It was stopping the rest of the stuff being filtered properly.
Yes.
And all of this is being fed from
down here. This pipe, by the way, is the waste gas from the combustion centrifuges, which goes out to the gas tanks out the other side, which we'll show you in a second.
And we've got a couple of liquid drains just to make sure we don't get any build-up of liquids in the pipe as it comes into the cold air. So again, there's nothing really in here. It's just a bit of a storage area. Not a lot in it. But if we come down
to Balin's masterpiece.
Down to Balin's master. Balin did this, and what we have are 1, 2, 3 centrifuges being fed by 1, 2, 3 by 3 deep miners. So that's 9 deep miners feeding 3 centrifuges. Each centrifuge is set up to mine up to 3,000 reagents, which are the ores. Once it gets that, once it hits 3,000, it automatically shuts down, dumps all the ores out into the chute system and restarts. We had a bit of fun getting these working, but it seems to be working alright now. I haven't seen any issues in a while.
We very rarely come down here now because it just runs.
It just runs, doesn't it? And all our feeds across into, once the centrifuge is shut down, dump the 3,000 ores. They come into this silo here. This silo then feeds out into the chute network. Do we filter off the cobalt things on this one? We do, don't we?
Yes. Yeah. The stacker, the sorter and stacker here, filter the cobalt and the coal sideways.
Uranium sideways.
And uranium. Yeah.
Everything else
goes through the arc furnaces.
And this is basically smelting whatever the stack size is. So if it's a stack of 1, it smelts at 1. If it's a stack of 50, it smelts at 50. And throws that back out into the chute network, where it joins up with the other chute coming in from there.
And you can see it working there.
Yeah, and then it goes upstairs, and it gets sorted into the various silos upstairs. Input of each silo has a sorter on it to make sure that the right material is going into that silo, and a stacker. And the stackers for the ingots are set to 500 because that's the maximum ingot size you can have. And the stackers for the ores, so uranium, coal, and what's the other one?
Cobalt.
Cobalt. I'll
Cobalt.
set it 50, which is the maximum you can have for those. So yeah,
Yeah.
this all works. I mean, like I say, we had a bit of messing around getting the programming right, but this is just it's plug and forget now. It's play and forget. It runs, and these numbers
Yeah.
here tell us how many reagents are in each combustion centrifuge at any one time. Once I get to 3,000, it will shut down and dump all the ores. That takes 2.5 hours, I think, per centrifuge to run.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, to get a full 3,000 stack. But with 3 of them going, you're talking, you've got 1,000 ores coming in every hour, sort of thing. So this one's recently shut down. In fact, it's just finishing restarting by the looks of it, because we've got a bit of stress on the system.
Yeah, it'd just be building up again, that one.
Yeah, so that's just the programming, making sure it's running properly.
Yep, and like I say, these go straight through the arc furnaces.
Yeah, so that's what was happening, and now they've gone through the last of them. They'll then just turn off. Just turn off, or no? They just sit on, don't they? But it's only like 5%, 5 watts per. Arc.
There is a clever bit of programming hidden away somewhere. There's a chip that runs it all.
There.
Ah, there it is. So that the arc furnaces will switch off when they've not got anything in them. So it does sort of save power for itself by switching the arc furnaces off if they're not in use.
Okay. Yeah. Mine doesn't have that on my Europa base I'm just setting up. I haven't done it. I've just done it so they're left on, but they're only using 5 watts each. So I've got 3 of them, so that's 15 watts continuous, which I'm not too worried about.
With the system up and running now, with the coal overflow,
power isn't an issue really.
It more than feeds itself.
Yeah, and this is a chute coming up from downstairs where all those ores come, and then obviously you've got a sorter there. That one's sorting out the iron, and the first straight into a stack handle. You'll see this one's set to 500. And if we go to here, we currently have 158 stacks of 500 iron. What's that? 158 times 500. So that's 79,000 iron at the moment. So that's the most full one, I guess, because there's more iron than anything else. The coal one, as Flash was saying, this is at 600, so this is actually maxed out. We only really use coal for making steel, and everything else just gets burnt off in the solar fuel generator. And I can see us having to put a second solar fuel generator in at this rate.
Quite possibly. We're getting a lot of coal.
Yeah. Right, okay, back up. Where's the other battery room?
So if you go through the Star Wars door here.
The blast door.
Ah, there we go. You in?
Yep.
This is Steve's creation, Mr. Kipling.
And here we go.
Our other battery room.
So you can see we've got some more batteries here, but if I turn around, we have a lot more batteries. And I mean a lot. I think it's, how many is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 times 3, what's that? That's 42 batteries, plus another 6 here, it's 48 batteries, plus the 18 from the other one. We're up into nearly 60 well, we've got over 60 batteries because we've got some bigger, big batteries back at our starter base. So yeah, we're well up to 60.
This way you can see that it's split into the 3 power lines
and these are 3
per circuits.
Yeah, so the red, blue and green. And you said the green's the important one, didn't you?
Yeah, green's the stuff that keeps us alive.
Yeah,
the habitats and the greenhouse.
We're actually not that much power in here at the minute, considering we're down to 2 batteries of 4, and everything else is flashing.
If this gets low, he's put a system in where it will steal power from one of the other networks.
Right. Okay.
More power. So there is a bit of this crossover. So one circuit won't run out of power altogether.
And I mean, the reason we've done it this way is as you saw, we've got loads of wind turbines on the roof. I mean, loads. And when we get a storm, it just, we need somewhere to dump all that energy. And this is where it comes into all these batteries.
Yes.
Lead on, sir.
So up the stairs. This is the this is underneath the wind turbine room as well.
Yeah.
Which we can, if you look up, we can see.
So if you look up, you can see lots of tall wind turbines above us.
Yep. Into your utility. I keep meaning to put a stair in there for him. So we're back into the corridors.
Right.
Underneath the utility corridor, underneath the main corridors.
I think we've done everything in this big base, haven't we?
Well, there's the trading room, which is just down here.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that one. This is part of air conditioning, I'm guessing, to keep the base
yes.
at the right temperature. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's over here?
Cooling mostly.
Cooling, yeah. We've got a lot of windows.
Another one of Dragon's signs. So this is our trader area. So we can set the satellite dish, which is up on the roof up there.
Yeah, no, I think that's brilliant. I love that up there. That's awesome.
Yeah. Again, this is all Mr. Kipling did all this.
Yeah, he did,
with the trading area. To get us all the seeds and extra bits and pieces that we needed.
It's a double skinned window, which is why you got so many lines on it, by the way. That's all. Sorry.
Yeah. We double skinned it so it looked better from the outside as well as the inside.
Yeah, yeah.
And each one's got a shutter on it as well, so we can ignore the trader. Pretend we're not in when we get visitors.
I found a problem.
You can't open that one, can you?
How do you do that? How do you do that?
I clicked on. I got my cursor under the chute.
Okay, fair enough.
On the side, so the chutes are to go down into the vending machines there, so we can send stuff to the trader easily.
Yeah.
Rather than having to go through the airlocks all the time, we can just do that. And then I think this is just a little utility room with these circuits hidden away.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. I remember telling me that. Now we do have a door out, don't we, somewhere?
Yes. If we go down into this corner, another set of the blast doors. Although there's one missing on this side, but it's only a little bit of a corridor. And we can get out here.
This one's actually working, because that one's not working, isn't it?
Yeah, this is going to be. There's a corridor, well, a tunnel that goes to the old base.
We'll show
that just needs turning into a full airlock.
Yeah.
But we haven't had a chance to do that yet. We're debating whether to do it with one console or two.
Okay.
So that by the time you run up the stairs, the door should be open, or vice versa.
Yeah. Oh, I've got the sun out. So let's just quickly... I'm just going to quickly climb, just so we can show you something. So that's our base. This is what our mega base is. And we've been through all these rooms and areas now. This is a trader, obviously. And over this way, which we'll head over to in a second, is where we started. So this was a very basic base to get us going. I mean, with 5 people, we've done a lot. 4 people and me occasionally dipping in and out.
Yep.
The tunnel that Flash was talking about is down here. So let's come down here quickly to show you it. This is a tunnel, underground tunnel to our big base. So when a storm or something's coming, you don't have to struggle outside. You don't have to battle your way
through the storm. You can just run down that corridor.
We've got power feeds between the 2 bases using the tunnel as a utility room.
Yep.
We have motion sensor doors to make sure the doors open when you get close to them. And this was our starter base. And I'm not saying anything about blowing people up and getting them stuck in the head first in the wall.
That only happened a couple of times. We've still got evidence of such there.
Yeah, yeah, that's a reminder something went wrong.
I think Balin was struggling with lag at one point and thought he'd switched the furnace off.
Oh.
And we actually found him halfway up that mountain and had to drag him back into the base.
Was it myself I blew into the wall and was head first buried in the wall?
It was you, yeah. I think we've got a photograph of it somewhere. I'll see if I can dig it out for you. But yeah, this was our starter area for production.
I did my famous, don't worry about that, I can do that with a furnace. Boom! Oh, and it was a con.
Yes.
Oh. So yeah, we've got all the printers that we need in here. So we've got like the pipe bender, the electronics printer, tool manufactory, and the auto lathe. I've got a couple of auto lathes, in fact, because this is where Steve started doing his, let's automate the auto lathe.
Yeah, it was just, again, because we knew we were going to need so much, we could just set it running to print a couple of hundred and then go off and build while that was doing.
Yeah.
Come back, collect the stuff, set the next lot off, because we knew we were going to need lots of stuff.
Yeah, we did, yeah. And that's our weather station up there, just keeps track, and when a storm's coming in, all of our tablets start warning us that there is a storm approaching. I can't remember all our programming bits is for that now.
It's on the roof just outside. I'll go and show it. 1 second. Come on, door. Thank you. If I jump back up here onto the roof. So again, we have the Omni chargers up here as well, because we've all got the wireless batteries. But the weather station set up so that each person, there's mine, has a transmitter that transmits directly to our tablets, and it gives us basically a 7-minute warning, a 5-minute warning, a 2-minute warning, to direct to our tablet, so we can get it everywhere for how long the storm's going to be before it hits us, basically. And that's all worked off this weather station here. So each of us have got a transmitter with our names, which links directly to our tablets. And that's all hidden away up here, out of the way. And there's Dragon.
And there's Flash just running back across the roof to come back in.
Yes.
These lockers are a bit empty now. Obviously, we obviously had ingots and things in here. We don't use this space much anymore. It is still kind of our emergency shelter if we're really struggling. I think a couple of the guys are still in here, aren't they?
Dan and Mr. Kipling, I think.
So, as you can see, we've got another batch of batteries. Thankfully, they're all blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 big batteries, 2 small batteries, all fully charged. We have 5 upright coffins for the 5 players. As you can see, we do have Dan in there and Mr. Kipling in there. And that sweet cakes is just a bit of an in-joke between us all. And then there's story stuff here, including the skulls of the guys that have died.
Oh, the main storage for that is over here.
And
we have the wall of shame.
We have a few skulls.
Yes.
A few jetpacks, a few bits of clothing.
We've had a couple of little oopses.
Yeah, every now and then we just make a little mistake and things go bang.
Yeah.
And we have obviously food storage over here. So again, we've got some bread, some wheat, some soy oil, some more bits in there, and a basic microwave and reagent processor. Reagent processor there for making wheat and soy oil and things like that. And then our water supply down here. So this was our starter base. As you can see, we've got all our emergency rations and seeds in here. So yeah, so that's it, guys. This base. There's got to be 1,000 hours in this.
Oh yeah.
Between all of us.
I mean, I know at one point I'd in a week I'd put another 160 hours on the game.
Yeah.
Just on the server here.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's taken a while, and we've still got a chunk to do, but it's definitely getting there.
So I mean, this is the second server base we had. We started one on Mars, I think it was.
Yes.
Mars was a bit too easy, we thought, so we'd try one on Europa. And this is there's a lot of effort on it by the team. And like I say, I'm fully credit to them, not to me. They've done the bulk of the hard work. I just come in and take the glory. However, if you would like to join our server and come and join us at this base, we have space for 3 more individuals. If more than that are interested, I can increase that. But to do so, you must become a channel member, I'm afraid, via Patreon, or YouTube, but preference is Patreon. You will find links to my Patreon page, my YouTube page, Discord channel, and Twitch channel in the description below. If you do become a member, you get increased access on Discord. Basically, you can chat to any of the guys that are on the server at the minute. So we actually quite often have good chats, voice chats, text chats on the Discord channels. On the full members Discord channel, so you can come and join us there if you like. But you do have to be a member, I'm afraid. I do have to pay for this server somehow, and that means you got to cough up some hard-earned cash. Membership is $4.50 a month, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all you pay, isn't it? $4.50 a month.
Yeah, through Patreon's the best way of doing it.
Through
Patreon.
Oh, Patreon, sorry, yeah, my hearing, mate. Yeah, through Patreon is definitely the best way of doing it, yeah. YouTube, while it's good for distributing videos, take quite a large cut, so I don't actually get much of that, but through Patreon I get a bit more. So yeah, if you want to join us, guys, head over to my Patreon page and hit that join button. Then contact us on the Discord channel, or direct message me. We will give you access to full Discord and access to the server.
It's not just Stationeers, we do other things as well,
We
like
do.
Aska we've been playing, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been playing Aska, definitely. Myself and I have been playing Aska in co-op. We need to restart that.
Yes.
Since the update.
The update.
I've actually on my Aska playthrough to about day 62, I think. I've had the one big attack. I've now got another one coming, by the way. Did you know you got a second one?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a fairly regular thing.
So my base is fairly well defended, I must admit, at the minute. But yeah, I'm not quite sure where the first baddie is I need to go and take out. But anyway, so yeah, we do other things. I mean, I am looking at other games and things that we can multiplayer, or even just chat about online. You know, all the guys, like I say, we all talk together on a Discord server about games we're playing, what we want to do, and you know how we want things to go. So yeah, come and join us. And I think that's it, Flash. Thanks for your help, mate. I do appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
And thanks
Nice
for showing me around the base that yourself, Balin, Dan, and Mr. Kipling have been building. For now, guys, thanks for your time. Strongfire Gamer wishing you all a good night.